To Share or Not to Share, a presentation on Internet privacy and social media policy by Eric Beauchamp, Dane Davis, and Andrew Hammett. We all know that social media is a lot more public than everyone thinks. We know that employers utilize it in pre-employment screening processes, and before someone clicks share, that it is always wise to think about who may see what they are sharing and how long it will be viewable. Even if a post is taken down and removed, it still remains on a server for an undisclosed amount of time, and the information can be sold and sometimes hacked. We all know that it is important to protect our passwords, finances, and contact info when on the web. These same principles are just as important, if not more so, in the business world. In this internet age, corporations have more and more consumer information, and keeping all that info secure is very important. Before understanding why information ethics and security are important to a business like Facebook or Amazon, it is important to first understand what they mean. Information ethics can be defined as the branch of ethics that focuses on the relationship between creation, organization, dissemination, and use of information, and the ethical standards or moral codes governing human conduct in society. Information security refers to the processes and tools designed and deployed to protect sensitive business information from modification, disruption, destruction, and inspection. Having strong information ethics will promote a healthy workspace with ethical employees. Sometimes unauthorized data use comes from someone within the company who is supposed to be trusted not to misuse it. These internal threats are very common, but can be hindered by promoting a workspace with strong information ethics policies that hold employees accountable for how they safeguard and use information. Information security is more of a line of defense from the outside to keep data safe from hackers and other cybercriminals with malicious intent. A method of combating threats to sensitive information is the implementation of e-policies. These are the policies and procedures that address information management, along with the ethical use of computers and internet in the workplace. By implementing these policies, firms hold their employees accountable for their use of the internet and information that keeps the workplace and ethical information more secure than without it. A few of these policies are listed here in the presentation. Information privacy policies disclose how information is gathered, stored, used, and eventually disposed of. Acceptable use policies restrict the way that the business network and systems are used to ensure that they are used in an ethical manner. Email privacy policies enforce ethical use of company-owned email systems in the workplace. Social media policies will enforce ethical behavior and the use of social media platforms among employees, and if required for the job, how it will be used in the workplace. Lastly, workplace monitoring policies govern how employees are monitored at work and on the web, so employees know that what they do online at work is closely monitored.
Authentication and authorization technologies. So, authentication is a way of confirming who you are or your identity. An example of this would be your computer passwords or social media passwords. Authorization is when the computer notices that you are who you say you are, or yourself. It would then allow access to whatever you're needing access into, majority of the time your social media or just into your laptop. This creates a two-step process, so the authentication needs to occur before authorization. So this would be, an example would be if you went to the airport, the moment you give security your ID is an authentication, and once they realize that they match, you would then be authorized to go through security. Using authentication authorization to prevent theft. So when it comes to preventing theft, users must know which ways theft can occur. Theft can occur from not having strong enough passwords or having a password stolen. Failure to log out is another way for theft to occur. This usually leads to a company or personal information being stolen because most people allow their computers to remember passwords. So all a thief would need to do is just type in what they want to look at, and then they have access. The last form theft can occur is opening encrypted files. This usually is sent over email from someone that you do not know or from a company that you've never heard of. Do not open these because you could lose access to your accounts. Majority of the time, there's viruses within those files, and once you open them, they become onto your laptop. Preventing this from happening is fairly easy. Making sure passwords are strong enough is the best way to keep your stuff safe. New websites require upper or lowercase with numbers and special characters. People don't realize that a space key is one of the best things for a password. Many businesses use authentication that require passwords over 10 characters. Always make sure you log out when you leave your computer. Many people set their computer settings to automatically log out after no activity on a screen longer than 15 minutes. And this just ensures that once you're gone for 15 minutes, that everything will still be safe on your laptop. Prevention resistance technologies. An important aspect of almost every business is using technology to prevent and resist information from leaving the company. Prevention technologies would be content filtering and encryption. Both of these are enabled through software, and content filtering would be having a filter on emails or through Safari, Google, whatever your web browser is, to prevent malicious information from getting onto your company computer. Encryption is the scrambling of information that requires a key or passcode to unlock. Resistance technology would include firewalls and antivirus. A firewall is hardware and software that is used to guard a network, basically protecting the stuff that you are using. Antivirus is usually bought from the company, and this protects their files and malicious programs or emails that may be sent to them. How can these technologies protect employees? They can protect employees from having to replace a system due to a complete loss of the computer from a hack or virus. Employees won't lose their job if they keep their info on their computer. So basically this says that you have the potential to lose your job if you open something you shouldn't, or if it's a user error and a virus takes over your computer. They also protect an employee's sensitive information within the company. The use of filtered content on an employee's computer prevents them from accessing unprotected sites. This will also keep them on task and completing work that needs to be done.
Information security plans. One of the easiest and most effective ways of implementing security is through passwords. Using passwords with special characters such as numbers, symbols, and capitalized letters are good ways to make your accounts harder to breach. Another very successful way of securing your accounts is two-factor authentication. With two-factor authentication, it requires you to enter your password, followed by another step of verification through either email or text. Again, these methods of password protection are some of the easiest and most effective ways to protect yourself against security issues. Another information security plan that can be implemented is having backups. Having a backup of information is extremely important because it is an exact copy of your system's information. If you were to get hacked or have the system crash, this allows you to be confident that you didn't lose any information. An important part of a backup is the recovery plan, the ability to get the system back up and running after the crash. Along with the recovery plan, having a designated hot site so that your company can minimize downtime in case of a disaster. Many companies face security threats throughout their lifetime of their business. Some are minor, but some can be major. The things I see as the three biggest information security issues are leaked company information, loss of financial data, and unplanned downtime. Leaked company information can be a big security issue and resulting with the competition gaining private intelligence. Loss of financial data could result in a hacker stealing your information and making a purchase under the company's name. Unplanned downtime can be hurtful to a business in many ways, some being loss of revenue, lack of security, and hacking, which leads to all of the company data being potentially compromised. Hackers pose a real threat to a company and their security. A hacker is experienced in the field of technology and can do many harmful things to a company. They can hack into computer systems and steal private information, whether it be financial data or just company strategies to share with the competition. They can also plant viruses which can spread and destroy your information. The only time that it is okay to hack into a computer system of a company is when the company hires you to. They do this to make sure that they have good security and protection against hackers. Overall, there are many actions that businesses should take to protect themselves. Have and make a good code of ethics in the company known. Implement good e-policies. Password protection through two-factor authentication. And have a security backup plan. All of these will help a business be successful in preventing security issues.